Coming through you loud and clear, clear.
Internet connection, baby.
Plug it in. I wanna send this one out to why so serious? Everybody getting it in online.
Hey, yo, Talib Kweli.
Yo, it's your man High Tech right here.
Right now, we rocking with all hip hop's own Mikey Fresh. He keeps it all the way live.
Mikey Fresh.
Yes, he
Keep it
did.
fresh to death.
So it's a kid Mikey Fresh, all hip hop with
Yeah,
Reflection Eternal,
Yeah.
Talib, High Tech.
Yep.
And you guys just ripped the Blue Note down 2 nights in a row.
Yes, sir.
Those living outside New York City, the Blue Note is a historic jazz club.
That's right. You missed it.
And they finally accepted hip hop in the building. How were the shows, man?
The shows was great, man. Shout out to Jill Newman and Bun B and Reese and everybody who came through and rocked with us. Reflection Eternal with a live band is quite an experience, and I'm sure at some place you will be seeing footage because I know that I'm gonna get the footage up and out somewhere.
Alright, and Reflection Eternal, you got a new album coming out. You released the teaser track, Internet Connection, hooked up with Bootsy Collins. And at the end, I hear you guys shouted out Twitter. Twitter, I see you. Twitter's like this new phenomenon. The rappers are on it. Execs are on it. I mean, anything. You guys see the dangers of what Twitter can do or the
Oh,
positives?
yeah. Like, you know, are they followers or are they stalkers? You
Yeah.
might have somebody stalking you on the low.
Right, and then if you have a bunch of
You gotta
followers,
watch
man, that's bad for your ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, you a prophet? You gotta. Me personally, I got 15,000 followers. I'm trying to get it up there. I'm trying to be on the list. But I mean, I think the Twitter thing. The reason we shot it out on the record is because it's called Internet Connection, and because our conversation about doing the record happened on Twitter. It was like me and High Tech going back and forth. Like, all right, he was like, I'm in the studio with Bootsy. I was like, all right, well, send me the track. Let me see what you're working with. I think if you have something to sell or something to promote, then you need to have all avenues, and Twitter is a great avenue. Anything that I want to promote, I say on Twitter right now. I just tweeted just now. I was doing an all hip hop interview just now.
So it is you. That's you Twittering. What people say.
But
It's Twitter King.
Yeah, Diddy called me the Twitter pioneer. That's my new rap name. You know what I'm saying? I might add that to my list of talents.
I can't Twitter like that, man. I don't want nobody to know what I'm doing all the time, but you know, it's a good tool.
Yeah, but if you just on it, just without nothing to sell, you just random thoughts streaming out your head.
I'm at Chipotle. I'm over here.
Yeah,
just
relax, man.
And 2 days ago, March 9th, we celebrated the life of Notorious B.I.G., who was
Yes,
murdered
rest in
March 9th, 1997. Kweli, you rep Brooklyn hard. You're from there. Can you remember the first time you heard Biggie or heard of him or heard his record or it just influenced you?
The first time I heard Biggie was I had when Puff was working at Uptown. He was running around the city, and I was trying to get in all the clubs, and there was this tape floating around of Notorious B.I.G. partying bullshit. And me and my homeboys Juju and Rubik's, we used to wear that single out. And bullshit and party. We used to wear that out, man.
It was on the Who's the Man soundtrack.
That's right. We had the vinyl and we had the little cassette single.
Yeah.
From the Who's the Man soundtrack. And then after that I worked for Stress Entertainment, which was run by Jessica Rosenbaum, and she was partners with Puff. And they used to throw parties at the Tunnel, and they used to throw parties at the Red Zone called Daddy's House, and party at Home Base, Tavern on the Green. And because Big was around, man, he was just around all the time. Tupac was around all the time.
Were you able to cross paths with Big while he was still living at all?
Without a doubt.
I got a chance to meet Big like 2 or 3 times. And, from when he first started, he came out to Cincinnati with Craig Mack. They had a promo show. That's actually before the Juicy record had blew up.
Oh wow!
Big was dressed down pretty much. He wasn't balling yet. You know what I mean? But I got to meet him. He got in the cypher after the show. He came out to mingle with the people and jumped in the cypher. Him and my man Tay battled. You know what I mean? And he gave it up to one of my men. Shout out to my man Tay. You know what I'm saying? He gave it up to my man. I just remember Biggie just being so real, down to earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I never got to meet Pac, but I met Big.
Being from Cincinnati, the first time you heard Big or even heard his music, what was like? What kind of picture did he paint for you of Brooklyn?
His voice, man. I really didn't look at it as Brooklyn. I always just looked like, being from Cincinnati, I was like, New York is New York. You know what I'm saying? But just hearing his voice and just his flow, and he had freestyle. That's what I liked about Big. I remember seeing him on the MTV show. I think that's before he even signed to Puff. Maybe not. I'm not sure, but I remember seeing him freestyle on some show. But I just, as a producer, and wanting to work with an MC, you know, to compliment my beats, man. That's one person I would have loved to work with.
That's what it is. Reflection Eternal, all hip hop, Mikey Fresh. We out of here.